Alafia. So I'm out here walking um, as I normally do. Well, I won't say normally do, but I'm making it normal. It is transformation day 14, actually 15, transformation day 15. Um, and there's a couple of things. I look at the gate of the day, and what is present now in the sun is gate 27, the gate of caring, gate of caring. And this is part of what we call the uh, tribal defense circuit. It is a gate, a Taurus gate, that is responsible for, I hear you, oh yeah, that is responsible for, oh my goodness, that is responsible for how we care for the tribe, how we care for our children, how we care for our family. There are two sides to the defense circuit. There's the maternal side and there's the paternal side. The maternal side is gate 50 coming out of the spleen or the splenic center, going into the sacral in gate 27. Now, gate 50 is a gate that deals with the root of intelligence. Intelligence in terms of how we are instinctively taught down throughout our genetics, down throughout our traditions, down throughout our the values that we have been given for millennia of how to survive in the world, right? These are the laws of the tribe. These are the commandments of the tribe, right? And without gate 27 on the other side, these laws can be very dictator like, where we are uh, demanding that things be done a certain way, demanding that you follow these laws, these values, these morals, these traditions, right? But when you have gate 27, you have, like I said, the gate of caring, the gate that is responsible for putting that maternal nurturing to those laws, those traditions, those values. And so when you have gate 27, whether you have gate 50 or whether you have the entire channel, you're dealing with a person who is built to transfer the survival intelligence of the family, of the tribe, to the next generation. It is called the channel of preservation, the gift of preserving what is necessary for that person's people, tribe, family, children to survive. This is the maternal aspect of the tribal defense circuit. This is how you defend your tribe. You defend by teaching, by educating, by instilling intelligence, instilling instincts repeatedly over and over and over, right? So that later it is not a question of what to do. This is how it's done. It's known already. And so as I contemplate this while I'm walking, I'm thinking about this gate that is present now in the transit of the sun for the next few days. I believe it went into the sun in was the 21st or 22nd, whatever day that Taurus begins. I think it's the 22nd, or no, 21st. Sorry, uh, but I believe it went into transit yesterday. Um, Either way, I'd have to relook at it. But the point is, we're in this energy of caring. We're in this energy of how do we nurture, nourish, feed, because it can be literal food as well. Cooking for one's tribe, one's family, one's children, nourishing them on a physical, spiritual, intellectual level, all levels. As I said, gate 50 is the root of intelligence. And so as I'm walking on this day, you know, feeling the wind blowing against me, transformation day 15 for me, I realize the season that I'm in this moment, that we're all in this moment. How do we care for our family? Another dream that I had that I won't go into because it's rather personal, but the overall theme of the dream was how I could care for my family better, how I could cater to my children better, how I could cater to and care for my mother and father better, how I could care for uh, my brothers, my nieces and nephew, my in-laws, my cousins, my grandmother, my aunts, and or my aunt and uncles, etc. How do you care? That is the question that needs to be answered. How do we care better? It's one thing to care for those around us. That's part of it. The other part is, oh man, okay, I hear you. How do you care for the others around you if you do not care for yourself? Because you are part of the tribe. As much as it is about the support of the people around you, the people closest to you, it is also about your own support, how the tribe supports you. As you nurture your children help you clean the house. They help you take out the trash. They help you, go and get water. They help you hunt for food, you know, from an indigenous standpoint or from a modern standpoint in modern society. They go out and get jobs and help you pay the rent, or they help you pay the light bill. Whatever it is, right? There is a mutual exchange there because it is tribal, because it is about agreements. The tribe is all about how we support one another. And so, from my own design, from my own incarnation cross, because gate 50 is in my incarnation cross, I also understand gate 27 in my, I believe it is my design Mercury in the second line, a natural caring in detriment, a natural caring to always be thinking about how, to always be trying to come up with ways to care for others when I have not given enough care to myself. This is one of the big themes of this transformation for me. One second. I had to check my watch as it was buzzing for some reason. One of the big themes of this transformation for me is the ability to be honest with myself in my solitude. As I ask myself, what have I been running from? What transformation have I been eluding or ignoring? What part of myself have I given up, or I have not cared for myself or allowed myself to be cared for by my tribe, by my family, by my friends, my closest friends, by my brothers, my parents? What values have I neglected? What values have I not allowed those closest to me in my tribe to care for me with? Because I'm a highly individual person, because I'm okay being alone and in solitude. What's up, Mr. Rabbit? It's something to really think about, something to really contemplate, something to really contemplate. How have I neglected self-care in the, what's the word I'm looking for? Obliviousness of the second line. The second line is so natural at what it does that it often doesn't understand that it's good at what it does until someone projects into it and says, "You're such a caring person," or "You're so good at X, Y, and Z." Giving too much, nurturing too much, as mothers do. They'll feed their children and not eat themselves in sacrifice. This is a gate that also, as I contemplated, is a gate of sacrifice, self-sacrifice, like to a point where you are becoming a detriment. What are you communicating? This is the question to myself, because this gate is in Mercury. What are you communicating physically? So much so that you forget or forsake yourself. A powerful contemplation. There are a lot of things that I could say with that, where I have gone without, trying to build something, trying to create something, trying to maintain a traditional value, a traditional law that no longer needs to be maintained. That is the point of death. As we talked about transformation, I believe it was day 10, the acceptance and awareness, or the awareness and acceptance of death. You cannot die and be reborn if you are still holding on to what is old, if you are still letting go. That is an easy and cliche statement, but it's tied to so many different other things. That seeming need to care, to nurture that which might not even necessarily need to be nurtured. It can handle things on its own. And here you are trying to enable. I've been an enabler of those that I love. And as I have done that, they have enabled me. A mirror, a mirror. I think I'm at 4 miles. It just buzzed. About time to go hit the weights. But to look at that mirror and say, I have given you what I didn't have to give you. I didn't have it to give, and yet I still gave it. Enabling your idea of what this relating, this tradition, this idea, this value is supposed to look like. While for me, what is supposed to be, quote unquote, is actually something that is draining, that is not allowing the mother, the maternal, the feminine aspect of myself to fully be expressed, to fully rest, so that I can teach, so that I can give, so that I can nurture and nourish. Sheesh. Transformation Day 15. The end of self-sacrifice. The end of self-sacrifice. Odabo.